We're going to be doing a yoga class today using the yoga block. Please come to kneeling and place the yoga block underneath your hips. You'll have a little bit of elevation away from your knees and turn your palms towards the ceiling. We're going to begin with some Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice cyclical breathing, emulating the sound of waves. As you inhale, reach the arms up over your head. Exhale to your forehead and down. And again. And this time to your mouth. And again, reaching up and through heart center. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, roll through the spine, rounding that back, and reach forward, coming onto all fours. You're going to take that nice stability, and you can keep the yoga block between your knees. You're going to have no hyperextension in the elbows and no sagging of the shoulders. Nice soft arms and strong shoulders as you come into your cat and cow. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Trying not to let the neck crunch, but just be part of the spine. If this is too much on your wrist, you can always shift backwards, so there's less weight load on those delicate little bones. But keep that nice movement as you breathe. Keep whichever position feels good for you, and find that lengthening with the inhale and the exhale, rounding the spine. Nice strong connection. Come to your middle. If this is too much on your wrists, you can always come down into your elbows, but otherwise just stay up on those hands. You're going to tuck the toes under, squeeze the yoga block, and lift those hips, and halfway down. And exhale up for 2. And really think about keeping that nice connection that you're lifting from not just the glutes, but you're lifting the whole torso, really engaging those abdominals to support the spine. We're going to hold. Still squeezing that yoga block. Lower the knees back and down. Back up onto those fingertips and nice inhale. Find a little bit more range of motion this time. Beautiful. Return. You're going to place one hand on the floor and open through the spine and right back down. And again, finding that nice chest opening. Rounding back through. If this is too much, you can always just use the arm without the rotation of the spine. Inhale, open, really feeling that big stretch, and right back down. Other side. And again, you can always take this as you need it with the full spinal twist or just bringing the arm to the side, just supporting the torso and taking this as you need it as we warm up the back. So it's always fine to just do this. But otherwise, get that nice big opening, twist and hold, reaching back and down. We're going to add on, bring your hands forward to the front of your mat. And you're going to this time take a bigger twist. You can always keep it nice and the same, coming down, especially if you've got any degeneration in your back. That's a good option. Or any disc issues. Otherwise, you can take this nice big full twist through the spine, coming down, placing your shoulder on the floor, getting a bit more rotation. Exhale through, inhale, open. Reaching up and over to come to the other side. And again, inhale. You can take that nice flat position, or you can take the full twist, taking that shoulder to the floor and ear to the floor. So you're getting a little bit more movement this way through the back and shoulder. But either option is great. Last one, reach and hold over the head and right back and down. Bring the hands underneath you, tuck the toes under. You can remove your yoga block if you would like, placing at the front of the mat. As you exhale, deepen that abdominal connection and shift back into your downward facing dog. Coming forward, float those knees. Exhale, pressing back, really working the shoulders and the abs. You'll feel that nice connection and that nice flow. I like to exhale onto the way back to my downward facing dog. Inhale, hold, and exhale back. Now you don't have to take as much spine articulation. You can take this a little bit more just as a movement through the shoulders and the knees, and walk out your dog. I like to take my walking out my dog a little bit wider so I can get a stretch between my rib and my hip a bit more, but take this as you need it. If you want more hamstrings, take less movement in the back and just walking it out heel and toe. Pressing down, open up those shoulders. This should feel super nice. You're just going to walk your feet forward. You can always bend your knees at any point and lengthen the spine. Crisscross your arms in and take a gentle ragdoll. Feel free to bend your knees and straighten, or just keep the knees soft, whichever feels good for you. Kind of waking up that lower body, as well as kind of getting a little bit of a release through the upper back and shoulders. Let's go ahead and roll all the way up, lengthening your spine. Reach those hands up to the ceiling and exhale down through heart center. Take a moment. As you inhale, reach up, exhale, dive forward, dropping the head down, keeping that nice connection. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, press it right back down. We're going to sweep our arms behind us and draw them over our heads, taking a deep chair pose. I'm not opening and loading my low back, but I'm really connecting into my core muscles to support my spine and strengthen my legs. I'm going to hold this, finding that nice, deep, focused breath while still engaging my core to support my spine. Lengthening up, opening up those shoulders. Again, when I lengthen up, I'm trying to really open up through my thoracic or my upper back and not load my lower back. So we're going to take a nice deep bend of our knees, keeping that nice connection. Try not to stick your butts out. Try to keep those abs nice and strong. You're going to lift those heels and lower down. And again, for 2, keeping that nice strong core connection. You can always have your hands on a chair or on a table for this section to give yourself a little bit more stability. We're going to keep on going, finding those abs, really supporting the spine. Reach and lift. And try not to just drop your heels, but it's like you're trying to press your heels down. No dropping. As you move almost through high viscosity. Up, slowly lower. Up, reaching through that body. Up, lift. No dropping and sinking. Lift. And lower, lift, and lower, squeezing the inner thighs. Press down through the big toes to find a little bit more activation as you reach those arms forward and reach down, finding that deep floating chair pose, hands by your ears. Again, if this is too much, place your hands on a chair or lower the heels. But otherwise, keep that nice strength up through the whole body. And as we hold, strong connection through the entire body. Go a little deeper, see if you can hold it. Nice and strong, draw those ribs in, support that back, lengthen all the way up and lower, back and down. You should feel your legs nice and warm at this point as we reach up to the ceiling. Try not to load your low back. Stay nice and strong, still lifting here and opening through the upper back and arms. Reaching tall. Grounding down, circle those arms around. We're going to go ahead and grab our block. We're going to place it longwise so that it's kind of easy to step up on. Now, if you don't have a yoga block, you don't need to do this with a yoga block. You can do this whole series standing on the floor, or you can do this standing on a chair, not a chair, a small book or something. Try not to sag in your hips. So it's nice and strong. So you're going to stay nice and strong, lowering the hip, lifting the hip, using your obliques. And exhale, contract, zipping up. Lift the leg, point the toe, lower. Warming up those ankles. You can always float your hands out to the side or again, place your hands on a chair at any point. Exhale, lower and lift. Exhale, lower. Nice and strong. You can reach those hands up to the ceiling, finding that connection as we circle our leg, really warming up that balance. Reaching tall through our opposite side, reverse your circles. Making sure you're keeping everything nice and tight through your core to support the spine. Slowly lower that leg back and down and switch to the other side. Placing that foot down, nice and strong. Connect through the body, no sassy, nice and strong, zipping up, keeping it nice and connected. You're going to lift that foot up and down, contracting the oblique and lengthening the oblique. Both of them are active moments, so you're not sagging, but you're almost pushing your hip to the floor, keeping that nice and strong. You're going to lift the foot, point the toe, lower, float the hands out to the side to increase your balance. You can always place your hand at any point on a chair or do this on the floor if you're feeling like you're a little bit of having a moment with you're struggling with the balance here. There are certain days where I feel all over the place. Again, reaching up and circle those legs, keeping that nice and strong. And reverse your circles. It should feel like a little bit of a glute burn at this point, as you slowly lower back and down. We are going to take a moment, roll our shoulders, collect our thoughts. Take the yoga block and you're going to place it between your inner thighs. You're going to be squeezing that yoga block. You're going to press down into the balls of the feet as you lift up and lower down. Again, if you would like to just use the chair for assistance, feel free. You can also use a wall with a light touch from your fingertips. Lifting and lowering, keeping that core connected, keeping the heels high as we come down to our chair, reaching up and exhale down through our chair. You can always use those hands or lower your heels and take it just like that. But if you want a little bit more challenge for your stability, take it and pulse it down. 2, 3. Hold and lengthen up, lowering back and down. Your legs should feel so strong and connected. Open up that chest to cactus as we hold again for 3 and up. Gorgeous, guys. Go ahead and take that yoga block out and we're going to come right back up. Roll those shoulders, get yourself centered, and step right back up. Again, you can do this on the floor at any point. Zipping up, you're going to lift that knee to your chest and let's roll out our ankles. And reverse for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now keep that nice connection. You're going to draw the abs in. You can reach your arms forward or you can keep your hands on your knee. Reaching it out, you're going to open your knee and your hand away from each other. You can always keep your hand on your knee if you want a little bit more support, or you can float it off. You can also keep your focus forward if you're feeling like it's a little bit too much. Reach that leg behind you, stay strong, and you're going to keep that nice connection, taking a low arabesque. Keeping that nice connection. You should feel those hamstrings and glutes firing, bringing that leg right back up through center. Hug the knee to your chest, feeling that elongation through the spine, and then slowly lower that leg back and down. Woo! You're going to feel the other side. Go ahead and get that nice and supported. You're going to inhale, keep those abs engaged. Lift the leg up, hugging the knee in, and circle the foot. Really giving that ankle joint a little bit more love today. And you're going to reverse your circles, keeping everything really nice and strong. Nice. You're going to keep everything connected, and you can float those hands forward, or you can keep the hand on your knee as you open out to the side, and you can take your focus or your drishti to your opposite hand. Always feel free to keep your hand on your knee or your focus forward. Slowly bringing that back and in. Bringing your foot down, passing through, and just taking a low arabesque today. Nice and strong. Just really warming up those hamstrings and glutes. Breathing. Drawing that knee right back up to your chest, hugging it in, and hold. Slowly lower that foot down and release. Grab that yoga block. Place it once again between your inner thighs. Roll your shoulders back and ground into the floor. Lift those toes up as you lift the arms up, coming back into your deepest chair pose yet. Really squeeze those legs. You can always use your hands on a chair or heels on the floor. Otherwise, take that nice strong balance, lowering and lifting those heels. Exhale, lower, inhale, lift. And contract those abs. Keeping the shoulders down and away from your ears. And little pulses. Go a little deeper. How low can you go? hold, lengthen the spine all the way up, cover the feet to the floor, and release. Go ahead and place that yoga block out of the way. Roll the shoulders back, take a moment, reach those fingertips up and down through heart center. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, reaching up, exhale, forward fold. Keeping that nice connection. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold it down. Taking a little bit deeper this time, and exhale, lower. If you can, bend your knees if you'd like, or just reach around and really feel a nice deep hamstring stretch. Bending your knees at any point, or keeping those legs nice and strong. You can step or jump back, and Chaturanga Uttanasana. Lift your chest to the ceiling and exhale. Lower your feet, pressing down, taking a nice stretch through the backs of those legs, really reaching and grounding your heels. You're going to reach one leg up and draw the knee into your chest, reaching it right back up. And draw it to the opposite elbow and reach it up and draw it to the same shoulder. Reach it up, hold, bringing it all the way through, stepping through. You may need to adjust, no worries. Grounding into the floor and lift the spine up. Try not to crank your low back, but keep your abs engaged and stay active in the legs so you're not sitting in your flexibility. Keeping that nice and strong. Reach your arms forward and down. You can always lift that heel as you go, getting a little bit more challenge for your balance today. Be sure as you exhale, you deepen that connection as we hold it. Lift the spine up. Really stay strong in those abs as you circle the arms around. Cartwheeling into warrior two. Deepen that lunge. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, press it down. Make sure your shoulders are nice and square. And exhale deep down in your lunge. Inhale, extend. Exhale, inhale, reach forward and find peaceful warrior. You can always bring your focus down if you have anything going on with your neck, or you can keep your head up. Cartwheel that arm forward. Take that nice inhale. Exhale, three-legged dog. Slowly slide through into your extended position and exhale right back down to your downward facing dog. Keeping that nice connection. Other side, reach the leg up and bend it in, hugging it to your chest and right back up to the opposite elbow, getting that little twist and right back up. Now this time to your same arm, keeping that nice and high and right back up, hold and right back through, feeding that foot through down and lengthening the spine, keeping that connection through your core and keeping the nice connection through the whole body as you lift that arm up and down. Feel free to elevate your front foot to increase the challenge. Just make sure you keep everything nice and strong as you lift up and exhale. Circle those arms, cartwheeling into warrior two. Really ground down into your back heel so that you feel like you can go nice and deep into your position. Extend the leg, exhale, bend the knee. And finding that strength in the body. Last one, you're going to come nice and low. Reach forward, reach that arm up to the ceiling, opening up your chest, taking the focus that you prefer. And deep connection. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel those arms forward, squaring your hips, hug that knee to your chest, and extend the leg long, slowly rolling through. Extend the chest and shoulders to the sky. Tuck that tailbone under and you can roll over your feet or take your feet gently, however is comfortable to you. You're going to bend your knees and step or jump forward. Exhale. Forward fold, nice and strong, and roll yourself up, reaching those hands to the ceiling and exhale through heart center. Take a moment as you inhale, exhale. Bringing those arms down, inhale right back up. Deep chair, holding that nice and strong. You can squeeze your inner thighs together if you'd like. You're going to come all the way down to sitting. If that is not an easy way, just make your way down. You're going to grab your yoga block, place it between your inner thighs, below your knee, and squeeze that for a little bit of extra inner thigh work as we take that nice articulation through the spine. Exhale, round. You're going to keep that nice connection, and you're going to float your hands up or to the head or to your knees. You can keep your toes on the floor, or you can keep your toes up. Otherwise, we're going to lower and lift our arms. You can always do one at a time if you're feeling like this is a little bit too much for you. Otherwise, both arms and both legs are off the ground. You can take whichever combo, find your own spice level as we hold. Extend one leg and down. Extend the other leg and down. You can always do this with just one foot at a time, keeping it gentle if your toes are on the floor. It is no problem. Or you can take your hands behind your knees and stay nice and supported. Whatever feels good for you. Or you can take the full bend and straighten of both legs. You're going to hold whichever one you'd like. You can hover here. You can keep the toes on the floor. Whatever feels good for you. Rounding out and lengthen the spine. Go ahead and remove that yoga block, scoot a little further forward, and make your way down to laying on your back. Nice and open. Once you're down, place the yoga block underneath your hips. Think kind of more where low-waisted jeans sit so that you can really scoop that tailbone. Lift one leg up and the other leg up. If this is too much for you, you can always keep one leg down and lift one leg at a time instead of extending one leg at a time. You can also extend both legs if that's better for you. Take this as you need it. This is your time. Exhale, extend. Inhale, contract. Exhale, still focusing on those low abs, right into scissors. You can always have your knees bent for this, and it's more about the leg that's coming towards you than the leg that's going towards the floor. You want to keep that nice strong connection through the abdominals and get a gentle stretch in those hamstrings as the leg comes towards you. But you're not really pulling much with your arms. Bend those knees in. You're going to keep that nice connection and tuck the tailbone, rounding the spine. Exhale, two. This is a really nice prep for getting strong enough and supported enough for your plow. I like this because it's like a mix of a plow and some ab work. Exhale, up and down. This is a really nice prep for the strength of plow. I actually kind of almost think it's harder in some ways, but you know, everyone's a little different. Keeping that nice connection as you come up. Feel that nice release through the low back. Float one leg down, the other leg down. Lift those hips up and place the block out of the way. We're going to head into some nice hip rolls. You're going to have your feet hip distance apart, and you're going to roll your hips off of the ground. You're going to keep that nice connection. You're really tucking the tailbone under and pressing the ribs towards the floor. So your body is flat like a nice little washboard. No arching. That's not good. Keep those abs engaged. Lower the hips down, touch your hands, and lift. You should feel a nice amount of work in those hamstrings and glutes. Exhale, contract the upper abdominals to keep those ribs really supported. And exhale. We're going to move into a little bit more of a traditional yoga stretch. You see the arch of the body. So now I'm going to lift up. I'm not trying to compress my neck, but I'm still trying to keep my neck long and open as I lift up through my spine, really squeezing my glutes as I hold. And breathe gently. Slowly roll all the way back and down. Hug your knees into your chest, taking a little bit of a release for that low back. Go ahead and replace one foot on the floor, hugging the knee in, and find a gentle twist for the body. Should feel kind of nice and a little bit luxurious on that low back and hip. If rotation is outside of your wheelhouse, just take a nice figure 4 stretch, hugging your knee into your chest. You can still get a little bit of a hip release that way without compromising any rotation of the spine. Be sure you twist to the other side, bringing your focus to the opposite hand, feeling that nice, gorgeous opening through the back and shoulders. And of course, the hip. Go ahead and make your way back down, tug that knee in and gently release back and down as we come into our Shavasana for today. Any last little wiggles to get your body in alignment as you move into some deep and gentle breathing. Thank you for working out with me today.